What's up, peoples? Welcome back to See These CDs, where in each one of these videos I take a closer look at a select CD from my own personal collection and just highlight its overall cover album art, the packaging, and the overall graphic design of the project. If you haven't already figured it out, today we're going to be talking about Mr. Wonderful, which is a CD that was originally released March 23rd, 2015, and it was made by Action Bronson. The CD was released under Atlantic and Vice Records, and it clocks in at a few minutes, under an hour at 49 minutes and 18 seconds. The art direction was more specifically art direction and the illustrations, because as you can see, the front cover, and it continues, once we look at the booklet, that artwork is continued throughout, the majority of the CD. But as far as, like I was saying, the art direction and illustrations is credited to Richard FRKO Montgomery, which he also designed the All My Children cover, or like the overall artwork for All My Children, which is a Gucci Mane CD. If you haven't checked that out, you may want to look into it. The cover art is pretty funny, and it's definitely within the same vein as this artwork. To be honest, I thought, which I don't know if he had any, I don't think he did, because I'm assuming it would have came up when I was reading up on him. But it looks just like the artwork for the Lucas Brothers cartoon. Which I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Lucas Brothers, but they made a hilarious cartoon. Action Bronson was actually featured in one of their episodes, and it was produced by Fox or FX. But I mean, it's the same thing either way. So yeah, check out those. Check that out if you're curious. Lucas Brothers are pretty hilarious, and that show is, it's nuts. But yeah, other than that, FRKO. I guess that's his stage name. He also raps a little bit too. I thought it was, pretty funny when I was reading up on him. He says that, just in case the whole, artwork doesn't pan out, which, I mean, those are two pretty decent looks. I mean, working with Action Bronson and Gucci Mane, I feel like those are at two different ends of the spectrum in a sense. It's still all, hip hop rap music, so, it's whatever. But yeah, no, I feel like those are two good looks. But he was saying that just in case it doesn't work out, he also raps a little bit too. So he's somewhat of a multifaceted artist. As far as the packaging and design goes, that was accredited to Nick Malvone Bilardello, which he's worked on plenty of mainstream or bigger acts. Just acts that are regularly on the radio, and in the main eye. For example, Flo Rida. He's worked several albums for Flo Rida. Trey Songz. There were several projects where he had an affiliation with as well. Music Soul Child, which if you're not familiar with music, great R&B / maybe kind of rap artist. He does a lot of different things. It's kind of like a mixture. It's pretty dope. Check that out. Check him out too if you're not familiar. Bruno Mars, which I feel like who isn't familiar with Bruno Mars, and K Michelle, which she's an R&B artist who was also featured on Love and Hip Hop, if you're familiar with that. But yeah, so he's worked with just plenty other musical acts, as well as just other companies. I guess he's done some photography or artwork for MasterCard. With that, he's collaborated with Justin Timberlake and Beyonce, capturing them in MasterCard ads. He's also worked with Revlon. He did I guess some artwork for when Jay-Z dropped Death of Autotune. And there was also I saw on his website, there was this Meek Mill portrait which looked crazy. He had all these snakes around his neck kinda. It was his torso, from probably midway down his arm up, and Meek was just smiling, and it almost looked like a religious portrait, but it was pretty dope. So yeah, check his work out. Pretty talented artist. Yeah, look, I was impressed. I wasn't blown away. That Meek picture though was pretty dope. So that's definitely something you want to check out. Not to throw shade on any of his other artwork. That was just definitely the standout piece. As far as packaging, production, that was credited to Carolyn Tracey, which she originally came into the game, doing packaging for Gorilla Zoe on Welcome to the Zoo. This is back in 2007. Ever since then, she's been pretty active. consistently, like even up into, you know, this current year of 2018. It seemed that she dropped something every single year, or not that she dropped something every single year, but she was affiliated with, you know, a project that was dropping each year. For example, she's worked with artists, you know, these several projects. Janelle Monáe, she actually worked with her on, you know, her past project, or did the packaging for the past project. I think it's like Dirty Computer. Then there's, you know, also several projects from Trey Songz, as well as T.I. There was a couple on there for Ty Dolla $ign, Lil Uzi Vert with his, you know, his first debut or studio album, I guess. Love Is Rage 2, she did the packaging for that. And there was also Meek Mill, Wins and Losses, which I hear very good things about. I haven't had the chance to like check it out yet, but I do. That is still on my list. I actually just bought some CDs today, and I'm pretty excited about listening to and then, you know, reviewing the cover arts in the future. So look out for that. All right, so at first glance, the Mr. Wonderful album cover, you got your boy Action Bronson, illustrated, doing a split on the top of some, you know, what would appear to be some golden steps, and he's just pointing to the, you know, the title of the CD itself. It's pretty interesting. I definitely think it fell in line with, like, you know, typical Action Bronson style. I don't know who designed the cover for Blue Chips, but you know, or Blue Chips or Blue Chips 2, you know, for that matter. But you know, I only reference that mixtape only because it's not outside of the realm of Action to, you know, do some you know, some illustrations, or, you know, hire somebody to, you know, get you know, his image you know, portrayed. But yeah, I thought it was pretty interesting. You know, like I said, it didn't really like surprise me when it comes to Action Bronson, you know. So I was like, all right, you know, I can mess with this. And like I said, it always struck me as like, or it always reminded me of the Lucas Brothers animation. So yeah, you know, it's just a white background. You got the parental advisory in the lower right hand corner. Whoop. And that is the struggle of these plastic CD covers. Sometimes the hinges just snap. So yeah, you know, I've had this CD. What, it came out in like 2015. So yeah, I've had it for a little bit of time now. You know, that's just from like moving. If we go to the back, we just have once again a white, you know, like background, which is with each one of the titles of the tracks listed in chronological order, or, you know, like how they, you know, play. It's almost set up similar to like. It looks like it's kind of set up like a play a little bit, especially with the whole, like, you know, Thug Love Story 2017, the musical, which, yeah, you know, I mean, it's interlude, so I guess it's just different from the first two portions of the first portion and the last portion of the CD. Pretty interesting, but yeah, it's all just in, you know, black text, you know, pretty simple typography, nothing too crazy. We have it, you know, executive produced by Action Bronson. Down below, also continuing his affiliation with Vice. Like I said, this did come out under Atlantic Records as well as Vice. So, you know, we got the text down there for, like, you know, I would ask some legality reasons. And yeah, we'll go ahead and get inside the CD cover and packaging if it stays together. Yeah. So I'm not gonna jump right to the booklet. I do think that's pretty interesting for that to be like the back of the booklet. I wish this thing would stay together. Alright, come on, let's make it through the video. But yeah, we have a zoomed in, you know, like photo, or just like, I guess, like an excerpt from the original cover art, just to, you know, fit over the actual CD itself. If we just want to pop that out, give you guys a closer look, we got once again the Vice, as well as, I would assume, Atlantic Records logo, and Goliath at the bottom. We also have Action Bronson on the left. You know, it's just Action Bronson, the title of the CD. Once again, executive produced by Action Bronson. It's kind of hard to focus in on that, but if you take my word for it, that is definitely what it says. And then I'll flip around to the back just so you see all of that. You know, do it every time. Never know why, or never know like why anybody would want to see it, but you never know, just in case. Be thorough, you know. Try to go the extra step when I can. So yeah, behind the CD, I just think that's hilarious. You know, it's Action doing a pottery class with, you know, some young Asian woman, seemingly. But yeah, it just looks funny. You're gonna get a lot of like pictures like that throughout the entirety of the booklet. The booklet is actually pretty simple. It's just like one long like picture. So it just continues to, you know, unfold, and we do once again have reprinted each one of the track titles in chronological order, with the order of the actual CD itself. Trying to take out the booklet now, but I'll take the damn thing off again. Done that enough today. All right. So yeah, so this is what I was, meaning. And once again, we have another picture similar to the other one. Granted, Ash wasn't banging the other one. I don't think those are foams. Those might be foams. I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, Action doing his thing. And once again, we have FRKO, which, like I said, is the artist Richard Montgomery in the beginning of the video. He just signed it. I believe he signed the front cover. Maybe he did. I thought he did, but I might have just been bugging. Like I said, we have, once again, similar to the back, just with more credits. We have the track listings. Just going down the page. Once again, it's all with like a white background to it. Every page for the most part, as well as the art. The rest of the songs. Try and get a nice still shot there. I'm not really gonna address that artwork right there yet, because I'd rather just get all this first. Each one of the track listing, credits, so on and so forth. It ends on this page. Mixing credits. Then we get that portion of the CD where he basically lists everybody who's affiliated with putting together the visuals and the music, just everybody who had a hand in getting this project to the masses, to the people, to Action's fans essentially. And then we have more legality text at the bottom. So if we want to go around the back, alright, so I thought it was just one long picture, but I guess it isn't. I guess I was mistaken. So like I said, we have the cover right there. Then we have this picture of Action Bronson getting some of that tappy in the convertible, by some lady who's wearing an American flag thong. So yeah, and you got your boy in the background giving him the finger. I don't know if it's because I don't know if he bombed his truck. By bomb I mean tagged it up, graffiti, blah blah. Got Bronson's fried chicken in the back. I'm telling you, this looks right out of Lucas Brothers, straight up. It's crazy. It's very interesting. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it'd be cool if this dude could just link up with Lucas Brothers and just try to produce the whole next season or something like that. I don't know if that's something they want to do, but yeah, once again, we already seen this. Action Bronson, doing his thing, feeling like the man, doing what it do, I guess. And I can't remember this dude. He's this cab driver. He's featured on the Untitled Action Bronson show from time to time, and he's just a character, man. And then we got Action Bronson over here, once again talking it up with the ladies, and then we have the artist's signature on the license plate of your boy's cab. But yeah, so I mean, essentially that was Action Bronson's Mr. Wonderful. All the artwork, that composed or comprises the album, or the CD rather. We just tend to do our thing each one of these videos. I just want to give you guys a closer look, just to give you guys an understanding of what it would be like to purchase a CD and actually have a tangible or experience where you'd be able to interact with the art, over just listening to it and getting that digital experience. But yeah, this is like I said, Action Bronson, Mr. Wonderful. This is See These CDs. Tune in next time. Check out each one of these videos.